Is it over yet? Week 18 over yet? What was going on that week? Man, it was made me sleepy. Let's find out. Join us on the Puddy Pie. Yo, welcome to week 18 of the Puddy Pie with Mickey and RoRo. And we are the arbiters of Putty. I am RoRo.
I'm Mickey.
And we're here for the final week of the NFL season. Can't believe we made it 18 straight weeks on the Puddy Pie, and I'm glad everyone's joined us. Make sure you like, subscribe. You need to feel like you're hearing us, and we can come back. And we got 4 more weeks approximately for the playoffs, so we'll get that prepared for you. But we got to go through week 18, and that was a snoozer, man. I mean, take my stuff off. That was a snoozer. I mean, besides like the Steelers against the Ravens in game 272, that was not very entertaining. Week 18. What's your thoughts?
I was surprised with these games. I mean, did anybody really want to win? I mean, were they trying to win? Because if I see one more game, and I brought it up before, where the coach says, go for it on 4th down at the beginning of the game, nobody has any points. Just take the field goal. Just take it. Only to watch and then watch the whole game and they lose by 3. It's happened every week. It could be why the owners didn't wait until Monday to get to firing. And by the way, I hope the bus got Pete to Florida. I hope they got him.
Oh, poor Pete. Oh, man, Pete. But yeah, I forgot. That was probably the most exciting thing surrounding the weekends. It was Black Monday and all the coaches got fired. There's like 4 or 5 of them. But hey, good luck to you guys. Pete, good luck in Florida. But we're here now. We're through the regular season. We made it. We got the matchup set for the weekend. And I think on Saturday in the NFC, we got the Rams against the Panthers and the Packers against the Bears. Keeping my mouth quiet on that one right now. And then Sunday, we've got the AFC matchup between the Bills and the Jaguars, which Chargers and the Patriots. And then there's the last NFC game with the 49ers and the Eagles. And then on Monday, they're playing a game, which I think is patently unfair. I don't get why they're playing a Monday night game in playoff season, but we'll see how and that's the Texans against the Steelers. And I guess we'll see how that comes out. Any thoughts? Anything jumps out to you?
I know it's playoff time. I don't have an effing clue. I really don't. The Bills can't stop the run. The Patriots can't stop the passer. I'm kind of leaning to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They seem to have talent, and they actually look like they want to win. They want to win. And they blew through the Chargers. So, I don't think anybody else will have a problem with that team. So, but I'm leaning Jacksonville, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Well,
I know who you're cheering for. So,
nah, of course, I'm cheering for. But yeah, so we'll see what happens this weekend. Should be competitive games, like you said. It's kind of up in the air who's going to win it all, but should be entertaining. I hope. But hey, it's time, like we do every week for 18 weeks, to give out some Puddy Pie. Puddy Pie has no limits, and you know that we keep on pushing on, pushing on. Puddy Pie has no limits. And so my Puddy Pie for the last week of the season, it's a rookie that I've been cheering for, pulling for. I know said I wouldn't pick on rookies, but he started several games. It's Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, Shedeur Sanders. No, I don't know what was going on Sunday. He's had 6 starts and he was okay given the circumstances, like a rookie in a coaching situation and so on. Sunday was like the first time where he looked like lazy and unenthused, like, let's just get this season over with. Please, let's get it over with. And so, and it reflected in his play because he had a QBR rating of 11. He lost a fumble, got to delay a game when they're driving on the other team's 4-yard line. They threw for like 111 yards and got sacked 6 times. 6 times against the second worst defense in the entire NFL, the Bengals. Yeah.
Also says a lot about their O-line, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. That's right. It does. It was more like he was moving in slow motion and again, passes batted down. And it's like he thought he was like working at the DMV and he wasn't pulling no numbers. I mean, he was lazy, not doing nothing. And at times during the season, he's always looked like to me like he wanted to be Willie Beeman, who's rocking the spot, Willie Beeman, who's making it hot, Willie Beeman, who was not making it hot on Sunday with Shedeur Sanders. He was not being Willie Beeman. He was dancing in the front of his father like Gator. And so I'm just telling you, you got to stay off those putty pies, especially at the end of the season where you got an opportunity to possibly be the starter next year. Stop eating those putty pies. Most of the year, I thought he did okay, but then he showed some skills. And even though he like led a drive last winning drive on Sunday, he didn't really show those skills. Next year, he's going to have to try to keep the skies hot, not the pies hot. And so you have to work. You're going to have to do some things. And for the moment, like Kanye said, you need to mute the monologue because all that talking making me want to take Tylenol. I'm just saying, show up every game, man, and be great. Try to be great and stay off the putty pies. I know it was rough season, but you got to get yourself ready for prime time. That's my putty pie advice to you, Shedeur. Do better, buddy. What do you think?
I don't think I'm gonna drive with you for a while because, Dion might be pulling up on you, so we love you, Dion, we love you here.
We do.
My putty pie, you're gonna be surprised, and you're probably gonna yell at me, but dang it, I'm back on the Jets. I'm just back on
Woo.
the Jets. I
Can't shake it, huh?
I can't shake it. Y'all saw their game. I don't even have to get into the details. You saw the game. Their defense. Oh my God. They're terrible. They're just terrible. And just kind of like looking at them like they really can't be this bad. Somebody injured? What's going on? And just going in. This whole season, the opposing teams have thrown 515 passes at this defense. And you want to know the interesting fact about that? No one caught an interception. Not one. Not one. Not one. That's come on now. That's just terrible. And all I can think, and that's why I had to go back to this Jets D, it must be all the putty pies they're eating in that training cafeteria. Because they can't that D, come on. No interceptions? It was crazy. Just crazy. And I know everyone it's a new coach. It's a transition year. What the heck are you transitioning to? The Canadian League? I don't know. What do they want to do? Go play in Canada? They need another team up there. But hey, congrats. You got the second pick in the 2026 draft. And you also have the 16th. They need a lot of work. And maybe, here's my suggestion to them, like I had a suggestion to the Raiders. Maybe they need to draft a playmaker, a defensive playmaker. I think Caleb Downs, he's a safety from Ohio State. He's a beast. He's nice. But I really like the cornerback at LSU, Monsieur Delon. He is a beast. The other teams in this past season that he played, they were like, whatever you do, just don't throw it to that side of the field. Keep it away from the line.
Shut down.
Yeah. So I wish the Jets well. I hope they make some good selections and they stay in the US and the NFL and don't go to Canada and I'll keep praying that their transition is just for meat and putty pies. Okay. That's what I got.
So a couple weeks ago, you talk about them having blank papers, and now too much putty pie in the cafeteria. So no blank papers and no putty pies. Huh?
Yeah.
So they gotta
Next
come
year,
up
no
with.
putty pies and a playbook with plates.
That's a good suggestion. That's a
Yes.
good suggestion. That is funny though. The Jets, it's hard to shake them off the putty pie list, and I thought we put them on the bus, but deservedly so. No interceptions. That's a lot. But I do want to give an extra putty pie, and it's kind of a general putty pie to the NFL owners and the backup QBs in this league. The 17 game schedule ain't working. It is worthless. That's last week was just worthless. Name these backup quarterbacks: Clayton Thune, Max Brosmer, Joe Milton, Brendan Allen, two Chiefs quarterbacks I can't even pronounce their names: Tanner McKee and Brady Cook. Hard to watch. They were not doing anything scoring. You know what? I think the backup quarterbacks in this league do better in Geico commercials. They do better in the Geico commercials. So I'm just asking, Roger, get rid of it. 17. We don't need it. But this is what we got to endure in week 18. Let's just pull the plug because that was hard to watch and
Brutal.
it was brutal. So miss me with week 18. And so here we are, the end of week 18. Congratulations for hanging in there. Nikki doing her thing for 18 weeks. And so as we move on, and we got 4 more weeks with smaller menu of games, and we probably can talk a little more in depth with them, and then we'll transition into our postseason Puddy Pie and our format there, and look forward and look out for that. But hey, thank you for listening again. Like, subscribe, does a lot for us and does a lot for our confidence. We we eat Puddy Pie sometimes too, but we need some support as well.
They're
So
good.
yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. So thank you. Thank you, listening. Thank you, subscribers. We'll we'll catch you after the wild card weekend. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to say and it'll be fun. I hope. I'm RoRo,
I'm Mickey.
and we will see you wild card weekend. We're out. Peace.